Another week down, and on today's podcast, Granny Hobbies. They've taken over our lives, and I don't think that they're quite as good as we've played them up to be. Mrs. Happy Families, Kylie, is taking some of our girls overseas as part of an extended tradition that we've had running in our family for some time. We want to tell you about that. Plus, the parenting expert doesn't like the new boyfriend. All that and more coming up right after this. It's the Happy Families Podcast. Friday edition of the Happy Families Podcast, where you get real parenting solutions every single day. Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast. We're Justin and Kylie Coulson. Kylie, today, a whole lot to get through. First off, though, just a couple of news items. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been making a big deal about granny hobbies. Miss Emily, our 12-year-old, has been making wheat bags and other paraphernalia to send out to podcast listeners and social media followers and newsletter followers, because she's got a genuine business going here, but it hasn't all gone quite to plan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm missing you.
What do you mean?
You've become obsessed. When it comes to granny hobbies, it seems that it's all you can think about. It's all you do.
You are so funny.
In my office right now, there are 4 huge Spotlight bags of wool and cotton, and I don't know what else.
You've missed it. There's actually 8.
There are 8? Oh, my goodness.
I won't tell you how much money's in that bag.
I don't want to know. Every time I see you, you have a crocheting, what do you call it? Needle? Hook?
Yeah.
Something or other in your hand with what is it? Is it string? Is it wool? What is the stuff?
Oh, I'm using cotton at the moment, but you can use wool.
And you're making all these things, but I don't know what they are.
I'm making them dishcloths.
And then they just disappear. We haven't washed a single dish with the single dishcloth that you've made, and I don't get to hold your hand anymore. You don't look at me anymore. You're so busy. You're going to end up short-sighted because you keep on staring at that little crocheting hooky thing and doing what you're doing.
You know, I have always been a really creative person. And when we had young children, you used to go off to work and you'd come home and the house was in absolute disarray.
Because you hadn't done anything all day because you were so busy sewing and doing
Because I've always had this thing where I have to finish the things that I start, and I never had a designated space to do anything. So I didn't want to pack it all up and then have to pull it all out again the next day to do things. But it's been a really long time since I've created. So it's been fun doing things with Emily. But she also asked me to learn crochet with her. So she's been sewing on the sewing machine, but she wanted to learn crochet. Well, she doesn't like crochet, she's decided. It's a little bit too tricky for her right this minute. But meantime, I never thought I could crochet, and I've actually taken to it pretty well.
You're an addict.
I'm not an addict. I'm loving the fact that
you are unstoppable. You are relentless.
I don't have to think about anything else while I'm doing it.
You don't have to, including dinner and where the kids are supposed to be at what time and whether it's bedtime.
No, it's great to just carry in your handbag. And then when you're stuck at the doctor's or you're stuck waiting for a child to come out of school or an appointment.
It's so funny because I used to get cranky at you because you're on your phone. And now it's like, would you just put the wool down?
Yeah, I know.
Put the cotton away?
Pick your battles, my friend.
Focus on me. Focus on me. I'm feeling neglected. All right, you're I'll do better tomorrow. This podcast drops just hours before you fly. We have a tradition. Walk us through it.
Well, when our kids turn 16, we take them overseas so that they can spend some time with us. And unfortunately, you're actually not able to do this trip with me.
No.
But this one's a little bit of might be a cheat part of tradition.
Well, there's not just one child going this time. Everyone's like, we're coming too. So
I am taking 3 of our children. So our 22-year-old's coming, our 16-year-old's coming, and our 19-year-old is coming.
Yeah.
And
but I'm not.
You're not.
Are you going to take your crochet needle?
Yes, I definitely am taking my crochet needle.
Yeah, feeling the neglect.
But this is it's really exciting as a mum of now adult children to be able to spend time with them in a space that doesn't require parental guidance, I guess, like that you get to kind of almost be equals.
So church camp, we've been taking the kids over to a church camp when they turn 16 for years now. We don't go every year, obviously, but you've decided that Well, they do.
Well, there's an adults church
They
camp.
do an adult version of it as well.
Yeah, and I get to stay on campus for a whole week in the dorms. And because I've never done university, I've never done anything like that. So it's actually kind of a little bit fun.
Super cheap. Like, you've got to pay for the flights, but other than that, like the accommodation is dirt cheap, and the camp itself is.
It's just university classes all day.
It's almost like a public service.
Yeah.
Like, from a financial point of view, they barely charge for it. So it's an extremely cheap holiday, even though it sounds fancy to go to the States for like nearly 2 weeks that you can leave me alone for. 2 weeks.
I think you're on the wrong podcast. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's crying. So you're going to go and have a great time with 3 of our kids.
I'm really excited because we have 2 children, 19 and 22, who are about to make some really big shifts in their life.
Yep.
Our 19-year-old is about to leave us for 18 months to serve a mission for our church. And our 22-year-old has decided that she wants to move to America and study. And she's been accepted to go and study in Idaho. She's going to freeze.
Yeah,
But big life changes. And so we get to have this week or 2 away where we get to spend time together and just...
When you say we, you mean you and the girls, not me.
It's a girls' trip.
Right.
Are you planning on putting a skirt on?
No.
No.
Although my legs look great now that I'm back on the bike.
Stop.
Oh, stop it.
Stop.
So what's the take-home message?
I've said this one before, but make up excuses to celebrate. All the time. Like, find ways to celebrate. And it doesn't have to be an America trip. It doesn't have to even be a go-away trip. Make things special by celebrating. This is a really important time in our kids' lives, and we're watching them literally fly the coop and start a new season of their lives. And I'm so excited for them. But there's also a part of me that's deeply sad that we're going to lose them, and that our lives will be different as a result. But if you've been listening to the podcast for a while now, you'll know, for me, it's just about celebrating the small stuff. But this isn't actually small. Our kids are making some really big life changes. They're going into a new season of life for themselves. And it's really exciting, and it's really scary, and it's really joyful. Like, it's joyful. I love seeing my kids get to a point where they're ready and they have the confidence, and I think this is really big, that they have the confidence to leave home and do something hard. That's what excites me. And so this trip is actually about celebrating that.
I love it. Hey, I was talking to our 16-year-old, the youngest one that's going away with you, and she told me that she's gone back and listened to the last handful of I'll Do Better Tomorrows, our Friday edition of the podcast.
And she's not in it.
She's not in it, and so therefore it has been boring. Guess what, Lil? You're not in this one either. Oh, well, you just got a brief mention just now, but after the break, one of the kids has a new boyfriend. I'm not impressed. And I might have gotten it all wrong. I'll tell you more about it right after this. We're back. It's the Happy Families podcast. Okay, here's the deal.
You got me curious.
You know how I'm a parenting expert.
You haven't told me anything
about
this.
You know how I talk about how we're supposed to make sure that we fill our kids' cups with lots of connection and make sure that we keep correction and direction to a minimum. Picture this. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. One of the kids is still asleep because she was on a date the night before with a boy that I just haven't been impressed with. So I go into her bedroom to wake her up. And the way that I tell people to wake their kids up in my workshops is that you sit on the bed, you give them a squeeze, you say, "Hey, kiddo, looking forward to today. Can I get you some brekkie? Would you like hot chocolate? How about a hug?" All that sort of stuff, right? Lots and lots of
love,
connection,
love.
Yeah. I open the door. I can't believe I'm sharing this on the pod. I open the door. I call her by name. I say, "You need to get up. This is ridiculous. You were out last night with bugger-lugs, and now look at you. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and you can't move. This is ridiculous. Get up." And she's sort of gone, as you'd expect. And then I said to her, "I'm really upset that you're with him. You need to break it off now." And then I walked out of the room. How's that for parenting?
Amazing.
I'm just nailing it, aren't I?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Protective dad has stepped in, and with the best of intentions, it hasn't worked out very well. And I walked out, and straight away I looked at the ceiling and I gave myself an uppercut and was like, what was that? Like, seriously, if somebody told you that they had done that, you know what I would say? I'd be like, well, you need to make that right, and there are other things that you could have done instead. Like, I'd be working with people to get it right. So I took a big deep breath and walked away because I just knew that that wasn't the right time. But later that afternoon, So we're going 6 or 7 hours into the. See what I did there? 6, 7 hours. Never mind. About 6 or 7 hours later, I've walked into the bedroom. She's sitting in the bedroom doing something. Crocheting. Yeah, that's right. You and your grandma hobbies. And I said, hey, can we chat? And she just grunted at me like, not really. And I said, I promise I'm not going to say anything nasty. So she said, sure, what do you want to talk about? And I said, this morning I really blew it and I apologized to her. I made you feel lousy. Please forgive me. She said, fine. And I said, okay, so here's what I want to talk to you about. And then just asked her a question. And I've asked this question of the kids before. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast before, but it may be one of the most powerful questions we can ask our children. I just said to her, what don't I know? Like this situation, I don't like the situation, but I also know that I don't know everything. And I know that you're a smart kid. I know that you make wise choices. I know that you're thoughtful. What is it that I don't know about this guy and about this relationship and about what's going on here? Because I must be missing something. Like I've got to be missing something. And she just opened up. She said, let me tell you what you don't know. And she started to tell me all the things that I didn't know. And it wasn't rude. She wasn't like, you don't know anything, Dad. You're just obnoxious and a buffhead. And it was none of that. It was, Dad, here's what's happened. Here's how things have shifted. Here's what's changed. And as I listened, I said, okay, well, I remain skeptical. Why? Well, I'm your dad and my whole job is to keep you safe. But now that you're sharing that with me, I get why you feel the way you feel and why your actions are what they are. So then we got to have a bit more of a chat about how she can be considerate, how she can be mindful, how she can be wise, safe and healthy in any decisions that she's making. And the clincher for me that I got it right was that night as we sat around the table. We often talk about stuff that's happened during the day. We might say, where'd you see bravery, or where'd you see consideration, or where'd you see healthy relationships, or what were you grateful for? And on that day, we were doing grateful things. And her grateful thing was, I'm really grateful for the conversation I got to have with Dad this afternoon. That he listened and that he was paying attention to, that he was open to hearing my side of things. And you know what I thought, Kylie?
You nailed it.
Nailed it. That's what I thought. I absolutely nailed it. But I completely failed it that morning. So I had a lot of ground to make up and I felt like I made it up pretty neatly. So that's my I'll do better tomorrow. The question is, what don't I know? What is it that I'm missing here? Because I can only see things from my perspective. And it's incredible when you ask that with the right intent, how the kids open up.
Recently, I was reading an article and there was just an acknowledgement that we are a mix of our worst days and our best days. And I think as parents, so often we kind of almost like throw ourselves under the bus and, berate ourselves for getting it wrong. But so many times it's actually the clarity that we receive after getting it wrong that helps us be better. And so I just think it's really important for us to remember that getting it wrong doesn't make us bad people. It's if we continue to get it wrong and we don't recognize.
Yeah, it's about the repair.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's going to be ruptures all over the place. So hopefully there's some inspo for you for this weekend for your family. We really appreciate that you listen to the podcast. If you're new, welcome. Probably should have said that at the start of today's podcast, but thanks for being with us. The Happy Families podcast, audio and sound by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media, additional admin and other support from Mim Hammonds at Happy Families. And if you'd like more info to make your family happier, you'll find it all at happyfamilies.com.au.